Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the sexy ninja in the place to be for a paper Saber universe. And we are in Detroit for SummerSlam, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. SummerSlam is here. Michael Cole, Corey Graves on commentary. There's 59,194 fans here in Ford Field in attendance. Yeah, it's so awesome. You know, I'm a Detroit Lions fan, so it was really cool to see Ford Field and everything like that. So filled up to that capacity because I know at a Lions game we'll never get that. A show indeed. I wouldn't say what a show. I'll say it was definitely a show. We start the show off with Logan Paul, Ricochet, and I gotta say real quick, if you have not listened to my picks and predictions, you should check that out. I go through the card and I say who's gonna win, and I kind of predict where we're gonna go from there. Maybe a little bit of like, yeah, maybe this will happen. But I gotta say, out of 8 matches, I got 7 right. What does that say? Either I watch too much wrestling or some things are just a little bit too predictable. Okay? We started off with Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Hell of a match. I knew it was going to be. I picked Logan Paul for the win, and he got the win. I just got to say, these two definitely have some really great chemistry, and I don't think it's over by a long shot. I don't think it's over at all. I think we're going to get a Logan Paul and Ricochet 2. Maybe Ricochet gets 1. Maybe get a rubber match out of it. I don't know, because Payback is the next pay-per-view. That's September 2nd. So the thing I really liked about this was with Samantha's involvement, you know, Ricochet's fiance. I really liked her involvement in the sense of, like, she didn't get involved, but after Logan Paul wins, he's like, say my name. And I'm like, oh, you bastard, you prime drinking bastard, you Logan Paul, you know. And it was funny, I like Logan Paul in WWE. This is the Logan Paul I like. I don't like him outside of WWE. I like him in WWE. I just think he's a great worker. I think he picked it up really, really quick, you know, just like Bad Bunny. And one day, maybe we should get a Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny match. That I'm all for that. Take my money. Now, the second match of the card, I was very, very like, whoa, okay. But Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar 3 on that beautiful package. Oh, and I've been listening to that song all week now that I finally... I was like, oh, my emotions. Oh, this is such a good package, man. But, of course, I knew this was going to be a really fun match. I knew Cody was going to win because he had to, you know, but the thing that made me jump out of my chair and made me go, oh my fucking God, was when Brock showed love. I nearly teared up and almost just started bawling because I was like, that is a beyond a holy shit special moment, especially for someone like Brock Lesnar. I was like, and and what was nice too is I was at work when SummerSlam was happening, and I avoided the internet like crazy. I avoided Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I avoided everything. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I was like, no freaking way. And basically, I was not on my phone at all. I had my work phone with me, and that was the main contact between me, my wife, and my mom and my family and stuff like that. But I was like, hey, I'm not touching my personal phone because it's going off like crazy with notifications. And I got to thank a certain somebody for not texting me, being like, oh my God, because I'll be like, dude, I avoided everything because I wanted to go into this fresh. I wanted to watch this show. And this moment right here between Brock and Cody, oh, man. Highlight for me. This was my moment, man. The moment that made me feel everything I love about this sport and everything like that, man. So this was really, really good. Really, really good stuff here. Next up was the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royale. My boy L.A. Knight, yeah, for the win. Getting Slim Jim for life, yeah. Getting the Savage Slim Jim, ooh, yeah. Was that the prize? or he just won this Battle Royale? I was like, is there a massive Slim Jim that's going to come out? Like, are they going to be like, here's your certificate, L.A. Knight, for Slim Jim for life, you know? But L.A. Knight for the win. That crowd was feeling him in Detroit. And, you know, I was okay. It's a Battle Royale. You guys know my thing about this. I think it's used a little bit too much as of late. I felt, on both sides of the fence. And Battle Royals are fun, but just... if it's not the Royal Rumble, I don't care, you know? But LA Knight got the win. LA Knight got something, and I'm very happy it was on the main card. I thought they were going to move this to the kickoff show, and I was going to be pissed off because I was like, man, yeah, he won, but he won on the kickoff show, but he won on the main show. So that's saying something. Hopefully Hunter is, like, listening to the crowd. I know he listens to the crowd, and we love our LA Knight. Now the next match. I feel so fucking bad for these two. Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in the MMA rules match. That on paper, on the idea, the concept alone sounds fucking awesome. These two are going to kick the shit out of each other. Did they? No. Did that crowd care? No. And it was quick. Like, there was a few hits here and there. I was like, ooh. But I was like, where's the cage? I thought we were going to get a cage in this match. Like, I was, like, waiting for something. I was like, when they came out, I was like, okay, there's the ring. I was like, all right, where's this cage? Is it going to come down? The one they used in NXT one time? And no. And like I said, there was a few, like, ooh, that must have hurt or something like that. But MMA rules with sprinkling in professional wrestling, I don't know. I expected something way different in this match, and I didn't get what I wanted. It just fell really flat, and that crowd fell really flat as well for them. And I just felt bad for these two because I love Ronda, I love Shayna, and I think Shayna deserved a bigger moment. She won, choking out Ronda, but it just, like I said, it just fell flat as fuck, man, and I just feel so bad. I really do, because I was really looking forward to these two. Till next time. But Gunther versus Drew McIntyre, the Intercontinental Championship, exactly what I thought it was. Poor Drew getting his little Drews getting squished on those ropes when he had on the top rope and stuff like that. But Gunther won. I told y'all we're not taking that championship anytime soon, because they even mentioned it when he's coming out. He's about to surpass the Honky Tonk Man for that IC title. And I was like, all right, I feel like that was a spoiler, because that's an indication that Gunther's not going to lose that championship to Drew McIntyre. He did not. My boy for the win. And but it was a slugfest. Gunther's chest, was all lit up, man. And I knew these two. When I say this was a fun, brutal match, but I don't know if they could ever capture that magic like Clash at the Castle between Gunther and Sheamus. That match was phenomenal for that IC championship. This was good, but this wasn't that level of that match, because I hold that match to a really high tier. And this one's good, but it was a slugfest. Exactly what I wanted, exactly what I got, and the results was my boy Gunther for the win. Now, the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Could Damian cash in? No. Does Rhea Ripley and Dominic come out? Yes. Damian too. Really great match. This is a match of the night with a weird finish. I don't even know what to think of it. Like, Damian comes out, and then, of course, distraction, Seth, this and that. And he throws the briefcase in, goes to the other side of the ring, and I think Finn was supposed to grab it and hit him, but no, as soon as Finn walked over, he got a curb stomp, bada bing, bada boom. Seth for the win, and Damian's like, oh, I fucked up. I was like, yeah. I was like, man, what a great match, but I don't know about this finish. It just didn't, as I say, touch the PP of the mind. Like, great match. I mean, highlight, could be match of the year. What a finish that I was like, okay, I guess. Sure. Yeah. And at this point, I'm watching the replay and everything like that. I pause it after this match so I can think about it. And I'm like, wow, we still got like 2 hours almost 2 hours to go? This is a 4-hour, 10-minute show? Jesus. But next up is the WWE Women's Championship match, a match I was looking forward to with Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte Flair. The match I got wrong, but they were trying so hard to get going. Like, even Charlotte's like, come on, hit me, trying really hard. This was a fun match. Bianca sold like she really did get hurt. She did the thunk, boom, and I was like, oh, she did her little overselling acting, and I really felt like she was legitimately hurt. Then Asuka and Charlotte had to carry on the match, and then there's this really great spot where Bianca comes back, bam, and then she starts selling the wrong knee. She was selling one side, then she started selling the other side. I was like, which one is it, man? I think she forgot midway or something like that. I don't know, but I was wrong on this match. Bianca Belair, and I got so fucking mad. I was like, are you kidding me? But in moments of like this, I was like, I didn't click in my brain, and then when I heard, I was like, it's Io fucking Sky coming out with Bayley, briefcase, bam, just charging towards that ring, and I'm like, come on, please do it. My wife's like, you okay? I'm like, I'm about to have a fucking heart attack, because I picked Asuka for the win, and I just felt like Bianca just needs a redo or something like that. But when she won the championship, I was like, God damn it! But no, Io Sky for the win, cashed in successfully. Oh my God, I jumped out of my seat as I said, fuck yeah! Go Io Sky! And just to make me feel in the feels for a moment, it was Dakota Kai coming out, and it was Bayley, and I was like, man, you imagine a year ago, Damage Control being a thing, becoming a thing, and now look at here, we have Io Sky as our champ, and I am beyond happy, man. I'm a little upset that we kicked Trish off and Becky Lynch off the card. I like the fact that Becky put up a picture of her having lemons, at her house, and like, what are you guys doing this Saturday? When I'm giving lemons, make lemonade, right? And I feel bad for Rhea. I feel like, but at the same time, it's like, who will she face? Like, they've been building up her and Raquel, but Raquel keeps getting hurt. Raquel's always fucking hurt, and so I know they're trying to build something there, but it and I don't want to see Rhea versus Liv Morgan. I don't want that. I'm trying to think of the best opponent for Rhea Ripley, and I thought it was Raquel that they were going to go with, but she gets hurt. Way too easy, way too fast, or unless they're just selling it to the next pay-per-view at Payback. We shall see. But and this is where the show started to drag a little bit, because I was like, they gave a lot of time to the Women's Championship, but rightfully so. Really great spots, the mist and everything like that. Like I said, I was pissed. I was like, oh, God damn it, Bianca. And then Io comes out. I'm like, oh, thank God. So overall, I was wrong here, but Io Sky is our new champ, and I'm very happy for that. Now, the main event, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match in Tribal Combat. I want to know what was Tribal Combat about this match. I was really looking forward to Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. I think this match went way too long and got very predictable. I think that's where I was kind of like, okay, come on, let's finish this. We all know Roman's going to win. Roman ain't losing that championship. And as I said in the picks and predictions, I was like, okay, will Solo turn on, pick his brother, turn on Roman Reigns? There was a tease because Roman accidentally speared Solo. But when Solo comes in, I'm like, up. There we go. I was wondering when he was coming in. And then I was like, all right, so where's Jimmy? Either Jimmy's going to help or Jimmy's going to turn. And I wrote here, Jimmy turn on Jay, ? And I was very right. He comes in secretly disguised and everything like that. And I was like, it's Jimmy. Don't put the bandana. It's you, Jimmy. I know. We all know it's you. We know it's you. But, man, this was just like, I was like, come on, like something. Like, there were some cool spots. Don't get me wrong. Kendo stick, table. chair, but I'm just like, man, I don't think this match was like, I think a 30-minute mark would have been all right, but making this match just drag so fucking long, it just threw me out of it, man. And, you know, I think after the Ronda Shayna, the show just kind of like, it kind of teeters on like, okay, it's good, okay. Then this one is just Roman winning, Jimmy turning on Jay, and, you know, I don't know. I knew Roman was not going to lose that championship. It's like 1,070 days or something like that. This really fell flat. This could have been something beautiful. This could have been something special. This could have been a moment where Jimmy comes in and he's about to help, you know, Jay get the championship. You know, he's about to kick Roman or something like that. Or they're about to do the double kick to Roman or, you know, something of that nature. But having him come out in disguise with the bandana, and we're like, we know it's you, bro. We know it's you, but okay. And, you know, Michael Cole trying to really sell it like, why, Jimmy? Why? I'm like, and my wife's like, why did you turn on Jay? I was like, because he's fucking jealous. They've been talking about this narrative for a while. Roman has been saying it to Jay because Jay's main event. You know, the Usos is dead now. So where does Jimmy fall in all this? Does he join back with Roman? Does he not join back with Roman? And now do we just kind of like, I don't know. The payoff for this Bloodline story, I felt like was supposed to be this. But, you know, Vince is like, nah, we can't have him lose that championship, you know, anytime soon. Because after reading reports and after everything, Roman's not scheduled on TV for a while. So we're going to see Jimmy and Jay at Payback, and it's got to happen. Uso versus Uso, you know. And where does Solo fall into this, you know. So Roman is out for a while. And I will say really cool is like shout out to Blaze, you dead homie. One of my favorite rappers. He was at the show in Detroit. And also to ICP reference here. Corey Graves says something along the aspect of Asuka's bringing a different dark carnival to Detroit. And my Juggalo side was a little tickled. I was like, oh, Corey, you think you are slick, don't you? Don't you, you sly fox, you. God, I love you, Corey Graves, man. And Michael Cole was great. These two were great the whole night on commentary. Overall, I got to say, the show is about, I don't know, 3 out of 5. Like, the last two matches, last two matches were just a little bit longer than they should have been. I was happy for Io getting the win. Didn't save the fact that it was a little bit longer than it should have been. Definitely the main event was way too long. Way too long. I got out of it. I was like, okay. And, you know, a lot of people say, like, oh, this is that old school, you know, they touch each other and they look over in the crowd, you know, this and that. I'm like, yes, there was some of that, so I get that as an old school wrestling fan, but man, way too predictable, like, to the point of, like, okay, why should I care? Because at the end, I was like, okay, Roman won. Jimmy turned, and he's going to go through that table. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Roman's a champ. You know, we got a fuck you Jimmy chant and everything like that. I don't know. It just 3 out of 5 SummerSlam. I don't think it was good as last year's SummerSlam. So, that's it. That's all. Tell me what you thought of the show. My highlights of the night, man. Cody versus Brock 3, and that moment at the end with those two, it just was the world to me. Second to that was Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. That was a really great match, man. Logan Paul and Ricochet did what they needed to do, and they delivered. I don't think that's over anytime soon. Now, where do we go? Roman Reigns is on vacation, and we put the Bloodline on hold for a bit, you know. So, but he's still our tribal chief. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. We're going to build the Payback September 2nd. That's it. That's all. Tell me what you like. Drop those comments below. Let's talk. We're pro wrestling fans here, folks. Now, like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. And Damian couldn't even cash in on Roman. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I'm sorry. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Go get yourself that sweet nWp logo. Yeah. And remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
You freaking kidding me? Jimmy, what the hell did you do?